Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to the channel. I'm Tyler Fikes. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We are getting close to 1,000. Anyways, today we got Bora spacers. I'm gonna go get them in a couple seconds and I'll show you guys those. And today we're gonna be putting those on the back of the Duramax. I'm sitting in the Duramax right now, get the intro of the video going. So we're gonna take the back wheels and tires off the truck, get the spacers on there, and you have to torque them to 125. That's what they recommend anyway, but good to follow the torque specs. And then when you install them, they suggest, I'll probably do this, I won't put it on video though, they suggest retorquing the spacers after about 5 miles. I'm gonna probably wait like 10, 20, then I'll retorque them down, make sure everything's tight, everything's lined up. And these spacers, I'll go get them right here. They come with directions, so don't need those. Just like clean, put it on, tighten it down, other than telling you need to go to 125 and then retighten it. Hitting about 5 miles, which I'm gonna wait a little longer. I knew that anyways. You gotta retorque them after you put the spacer on because it's the hub is here, then you have a spacer, and then you have a wheel on top of that. So it's kind of a extra point of stress, and you do want to keep it all tight, make sure everything's lined up, make sure everything looks right, and it is holding your wheel on, so definitely an important part of the truck. Anyways, we got to get those on the truck, but here it comes with the lug nuts you need. These are 2-inch spacers, so when you have a lifted Chevy or a GMC, the IFS, the knuckles, instead of being like this, they push them out. So in order to keep even track with the front, you have to run 2-inch spacers in the back. That way you don't have the bulldog stance where, like we have on the Duramax right now, no stance in the back and then a bunch of stance up front. So I'm gonna unbox these, and these are really nice quality. I haven't taken them out of the wrapper yet. So here they are, Bora spacers. They package them really well. So here is one of the spacers, the other one is on my lap, and they are Bora spacers. You can see the logo right there, and it stands for Bulletproof Off-Road Adapters. So these things, when you order them, they don't have an inventory, they don't keep inventory, just like American Force doesn't keep inventory. When you order a pair of these, and this is the same for American Forces, they make them custom to your order. So it's not like you order it and it shows up 5 business days later. It takes 15 to 20 business days. So these were ordered about 3 weeks ago. They were pretty good on shipping and made in America. That's really good. These are really good quality. They're the higher grade steel on the studs. They have the lip right here. You guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. So it's hub centric. Otherwise, if you get a cheap one off eBay, one, it's not going to be nearly as heavy because it's not as good a quality, and it doesn't have this lip right here. So when you mount your wheel on there, it's all resting on these bolts, and these bolts anyways on the eBay ones are not as strong. So you have really strong bolts to hold it on, plus it's hub centric. That way it evenly disperses the weight of the super heavy wheel and tire on a lifted truck evenly throughout the whole spacer. It's really good quality. I like that how they powder coat them black. I think these are a really good look. Not that you're really gonna see them ever. Probably never gonna see them unless you go under the truck, but now, if you guys haven't seen the last video, go check it out. We painted the back axle. These are gonna match the black axle, so maybe you'll see a little bit of this through the big spokes in the wheels. So anyways, I'm talking way too much about these, but they're awesome, that's why. I'm gonna go put them on the truck, so first let's get it jacked up. You guys can see right there the beautiful black axle I was talking about, and the clean and the train horn tank. We have liftoff. So now we have the spiked lug nuts on the American Forces, which look awesome, and they come with a special tool that is super deep to get them out, and that is awesome security for the truck, so nobody can steal these wheels unless they have the really deep socket, which most people don't have. Anyways, let's get these off. One American Force off. So I am now going to take the first Bora wheel spacer and slide it onto the hub. It's pretty good. I'll straighten it up and down and get a good shot for the thumbnail. Hey. So the spiked lugs are the same size as this. That is very helpful. So when putting these bolts on, do not use the impact gun. If you have one right away, you gotta start them all by hand, or else you could strip it, which I may have done before. it sucks. So these, like I said, say to 125, so I'm not going to use this to tighten it down all the way. I'm just going to be using this to take the wheels off and to spin these down, but not to tighten it all the way, just so I don't have to do a bunch of this work for nothing. Just get it on, and then I'm going to grab the torque wrench, put it to 125, torque these down. Now I need to grab a torque wrench. And now for the hardest part, putting this back on. That was actually pretty easy. Like I said in my cast versus forged wheels, forged are a lot lighter, so maybe that's why it was that much easier. Now for these lugs. And now to torque these down, because of the deep offset, I will need this extension to make it reach. One side. All right, we got one side done, and I'll show off the stance. Well, actually, let's take a comparison. So we have this on this side. We did a 2-inch spacer versus that on this side. So definitely a big difference in width, and you guys can see now it is about even with the front of the truck. We'll do a looking straight down. We'll go from right here. That's about true. That's about how much actually sticks out. I have the camera butted up against the fender. And now for the front, we will do the same thing. And you can see it's about perfectly even. That looks a lot better than before. We'll have to get some pictures of it after. And now I have to do the other side, so no point in watching me do it twice. We're just gonna get that done in 3, 2. All right, we got both spacers on and it looks killer. Now you guys can see, even with the front, even though you already saw this side, we got the other side all dialed in. Looks great, and you can see a lot more caliper from back here. You guys can see it sticks out a lot further from down here. A lot of stance. I personally think it needs more stance, but the owner of this truck likes it as is. He probably would go narrower if I would let him. So we met at a nice in between. He probably wanted like 5 wides. I wanted like 16 wides. Got 12 wides. They were 2 wide with the adapters. These are still for sale if anybody wants them. So we had to downsize to 10 wides because don't want to compromise having a 35-inch tall tire. He was riding on a 33 before, and it just did not look proportional to the rest of the truck. So definitely 20 by 10s and 35s is a good intermediate, because you can see we had to do a little bumper trimming right there. He didn't want to do any fender liner trimming. Any of the cab, actual metal in here is what we would have had to trim to keep 12 wides on this thing. But it sticks out. It's nothing too crazy, but definitely still got a good amount of stance. And I actually do like the sidewall that it keeps. Instead of having a 12 wide where it used to be straight up and down, now you have a little bit of sidewall bubble protection for if you ever hit a curb or anything. But I'm just really glad we got the stance evened out in the back to the front. All right, guys, so you can see we got the spacers all on the truck. I think it looks great, evened out the stance like you guys saw. Anyways, that is about gonna do it for today's video. If this is your first time stopping in, please make sure to subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, we're getting closer and closer to 1,000 all the time, and it's something I really want to hit sometime. And if you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful in any way installing your spacers, give it a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.